Hey YouTube, welcome to Universe X once again, and today, like I said a couple videos ago, we are going to jump into Romance Dawn spoilers for One Piece, the card game. Why? Because the upload schedule or the spoiler schedule is a little odd to me, and they're no longer doing starter deck reveals, so we're still missing like a little bit under half of both the blue and the green starter decks. So when we get back to those, we'll get back to those. But for now, we've got a fair amount of Romance Dawn and a fair amount of interesting things to go into as well. So I just want to say that if this is your first time over here in Universe X, I would suggest that you subscribe, like go down there, click the subscribe button, hit that notification button, you know what I'm saying, and like the video so it trends, and we will keep on coming back with One Piece card game content. We'll come back with Dragon Ball Super card game content. We'll come back with Digimon content. Got a lot of stuff on the way, but there's just a lot of not time going on between work, YouTube, and just trying to get out to events because I just want to, again, further the brand as well as compete and secure the Nationals invite for certain games. It's just a lot. It do be a little bit a lot. So, past that, I do want to say that as per usual, or at least usual as I was, getting into, I do want to congratulate the people that have joined Universe X to continue what we're going. And those people are as follows. If I butcher any names, I apologize, but we've got Abner Navito. Thank you. We got DigiPanda. We've got Max Faye, Zimzaz, I'm sorry, Andrew Tan, Derpity Dum, and Ragapawa. Thank you for joining the Universe X just brand and just being subscribers. And yeah, if you want to have your name shouted out at the beginning of the video, just join. And as soon as I have over 5, I just kind of shoot them out. So yeah. And if you want to actually chat with the rest of the people in this game, family, I don't know what you want to call it, or me in general, just join the Discord. Link's gonna be in the description. You just get in there, assign yourself roles via the emojis that are there. It's pretty laid out in terms of just instruction, and then we can talk on a more casual level. Now, last shout out I want to give before we jump directly into the spoilers. One Piece TCG can be found at Pro Play Games. They have plenty of pre-orders and they're going strong. Now, I don't have a coupon code yet. That's going to come a little later down the line. But for now, the best thing you guys can do if you want to help support me is go down in the description, click the link to go to PPG, and check out their offers. Maybe even buy something. I'd hope you buy something. And we can all have as much of this product on release as possible. So now let's jump right into the card spoilers. So we're back with the template up, and first and foremost, I do want to say that, we definitely have to thank Nami Piece TCG for doing all these things. Their translations are literally the lifeblood of this current game, and I want to give props to that page every single time I can. So the first card that we're going to go over up on the screen now is, Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy. And this is actually pretty funny because I think just previously I had ended up saying that I would really like it if we could have some way to play multicolor, because lots of the Supernova cards had things to do with most of the Straw Hats. There are Straw Hats that are Supernovas, like Luffy and Zoro are both Supernovas. So I was sitting here going, it'd be really cool to have cards that do both. But I actually had somebody in one of my comments, I'm sorry I can't remember your name at the moment, that told me, no, it's been stated in the rule books that there are no multicolors in this game. However, that was mainly because you can only have you can only play cards that match your leader. Well, now right here we have a spoiler about a multicolored Luffy, and it's in the very 2 colors that I was saying would be so cool to see together last video. And that's really just because, or maybe it's 2 videos ago, and that was really just because, yeah, this is it right here. You have a Straw Hat that's also a Supernova, and he will have access to the green cards that buff Supernovas as well as the red cards that buff Straw Hats. So this is very cool. Now let's look at him. You can see right here that one thing that stands out immediately is that he has 4 life instead of 5 life. It's the first time we've seen this on a leader. But he's got the normal 5k power, and this is main. Activate once per turn for rest the designated number of down in the cost area. Set one of your cost or 5 or lower Supernovas or Straw Hat Crews active or characters to active and give that character plus 1k power for the turn. Now we're gonna jump into some stuff later because there's a whole lot of stuff that this could really get into that's just gonna really revolutionize how the game is already looked at, because you thought it was crazy before. Like Straw Hat Crew is very aggro. The Supernova deck is aggro almost in a different way. I'm not gonna say aggro, but I'm gonna say more of pressure, because you're gonna be swinging with threats, untapping them so they can either be ready to block or throw in again for the hands. Now with Luffy here, you're gonna actually be able to swing very aggressively, and if there's Supernovas too, you can untap them and swing again. So this is gonna be potentially a really crazy deck, and I can't wait to start building it with the homies. But yeah, he's gonna be able to untap big threats and medium threats, give them more power and have them swing. He's gonna have access to all the goodies in red and green. There's just gonna be a lot of stuff that this guy can do, and it's just a lot of open possibilities. So let's move on to the next card and see what's up. Next card, we've got 2 years later in the Sabaody Archipelago. Oh wow, sheesh. 2 years later in the Sabaody Archipelago. Wow, that was rough. All I know is you got this card, it costs 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal 1 Straw Hat Crew type character and add it to your hand, return the others to the bottom of your deck in any order. So it's got that Digimon-esque feel and returning it to the bottom and letting you kind of draw that way, not the shuffle that Dragon Ball tends to do very often. You know, but it's also got a trigger effect. If it's in your life, you activate this card's main effect. So, you know, somebody swings on you and you're like, assemble the crew. And that's actually really cool in this instance. So now you are able to just have a searcher. And if you're playing this in a pure Straw Hat deck, this is a really good card, because this is just going to float your deck and selectively fix your hand. Now, if you were not playing a, and it's type character card, by the way, not events or anything. But if you are not playing just Straw Hats, if you're playing Supernovas, this is going to allow you to search a Luffy or a Zoro if you were doing that sort of scheme. So just keep mindful that most of these cards now have some double meanings, you know? The next card we have here is, we've got Kawamatsu. Just pretty simple. He's, like, what are those little things? 9 red scabbards, Wano Country, man, counter 1k. That's actually pretty good because we do need more counters in decks. 3k power and trigger play this card. So, you know, if he's in your life, you just play, he's just gonna be another swing. If they don't remove it that turn, he's gonna be able to swing later. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And of course, we're gonna break down a little bit more about Luffy, because Luffy being 2 colors means you are going to have less dead cards in your deck. It's just, it is what it is. All these cards that are just swingers but don't have counter abilities, you can replace with things that do have counter abilities. So this is potentially going to be a very strong deck at the cost of being at 1 less life. We're gonna have to see how it plays out, because so far it doesn't really seem like it has many negatives as it does positives. Let's move on to the next card. We've got Killer. This guy's pretty cool. Counter 1k, 2000 attack. He's a Supernova, part of the Kid Pirates. Dawn X1, when blocking, if you control 3 or more characters, draw a card, and he's a blocker. So this is pretty cool. Now, he has low enough stats to where you're gonna need to boost him up. Like if he has Dawn on him, he's gonna be 3k. If he has more than that, maybe, you know, maybe if X Drake is turned to the side, if I'm not mistaken, then he'll have more power. But this guy's normally gonna get ran over. But if you can find a way to have him survive, maybe some static effects that don't just drain your hand, because hand is a very fragile resource in this game right now, I feel like, then you're going to be at a point where this guy can potentially just draw, and as long as your field is flooded, like, he'll block and draw, and if he survives, even better. So I think that's actually really neat. And his art is actually really cool. Let's move on to the next one. So on to our next one, we have got Sochi, part of the Heart Pirates. He's a blocker, he costs 3, and he has an interesting on play effect. It says on play, if you don't control a character penguin, you may play 1 penguin from your hand. So of course, this isn't gonna make as much sense until we see penguin, but it is cool that for 3 cost, you're gonna be playing 2 bodies. Like, they'll have to remove both bodies, or one of them could be a swing next turn. And it's a blocker, and it's counter plus 10, or counter plus 1k. So all in all, this is a very just kind of cool advantage piece, you know? You're losing advantage from hand, but you are kind of super shooting your advantage onto board. The next card we have is character John Bart, counter plus 1k. He's just Corazon Pirates. 6k for 4 cost. That's not bad at all. He's just a solid thick vanilla essentially. Keep it moving. The next card we have is Penguin, and this is the exact counterpart. He is also a blocker, counter plus 1k, and if you not control a character Sochi, you may play up to 1 Sochi from your hand. So this guy is going to allow you to, they're both going to allow you to play just both of them. Like, it's cool. If you have both of them in hand, you play one of them for 3. They both have the same cost, so it's not like you can shortcut depending on which one you play, but you play one, you drop the other, and look at that. You've got 2 blockers on board for the price of 1. So I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, especially if you have a way to start drawing in the deck more often. Then this doesn't feel like a complete nay, but you are adding 2 defensive cards to your board, and they have to answer them or swing into them. Now, the next and last card that we have on this list is going to be Event Punk Gibson, Supernovas and Kid Pirates. Now, this is a counter. Your leader or up to one of your characters gain 4,000 power for the duration of the battle. Then rest one of your opponent's characters that cost 4 or less. Now, this is a monstrous card. This is one of those cards where it's like, this is great in Kid, but man, we did not expect to have a Straw Hat deck with access to this card, because you can use it in the dual color Straw Hat deck. This is just crazy. And this is wild too. Trigger rest one of your opponent's characters. So if you trigger it from your life, you're only going to be able to rest one of their characters. But if you use it for 2 as a counter, when your opponent attacks, yeah, you get to go up 4k, which is a sizable amount. There are many battle cards that don't have, or characters that don't have 4k. And yeah, so 4k power goes up, and rest one of your opponent's characters that cost 4 or less. That's essentially a 2 for 1. You are not only going to go up and probably block the attack you have here, but you're going to prevent your opponent from attacking with another character they control, most likely, unless you're like playing against Kaido and all their stuff's like super fat. So yeah, this is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful card. So yeah, all in all, those were 8 more cards for Romance Dawn. We'll be back tomorrow for another 8 cards for Romance Dawn, and this time it's going to have more purple than this one did. But so far, it's shaping up to be pretty cool. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Make sure you go over to NamiPiece TCG and give all their comments or all their posts a like, because they are doing so much work for this game. And like I said before, if this is your first time or maybe your returning time and you're thinking, man, this may be the time to subscribe to UniXDBS, you probably should, because it probably is. And if you want to see me in other ventures, UniXDB, I'm playing Legends and Dokkan often. Just had an amazing summon video for the second half of the 4th anniversary. Like, actually bonkers. Like, actually, I think one of the best online that I've seen, and I've watched a fair amount already. So yeah, if you want to go show that some love, it'll be one of the 4 things that come up at the end of the video. It's also on a post in my community tab. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Later.